This story begins as we arrive in Portland, Oregon on the Carnival Miracle for a 30-day dry dock. I left the shipyard the next morning and headed out to explore Portland. It being early November, the fall leaves were everywhere. It was just so beautiful everywhere you went. After a bit of exploring, I made my way to the south side of town across the river to a place called Revolution Hall to see a show. Here's one of the many beautiful homes I passed along the way. The architecture in Oregon or Portland is beautiful. Then it was off to see the show by the talented Mark Bouchard. A few days later, I rented a car and went up to Mount Hood to see snow. Being from Florida, it was quite a treat. A gentleman at the local restaurant told me I had to go up and see Timberline Lodge. It was a little sketchy going up, but worth it. The lodge is quite famous, for it is the place where they filmed The Shining. I decided to take a hike down one of the trails, but I didn't last long. The snow was way too deep for me. Afterwards, I headed down the mountain to explore the Columbia River Gorge area. Very beautiful. That was not the Columbia River. This is the Columbia River. Beautiful. A must-see is to get on Old Highway 35 and just stop at every waterfall along the way. They're all beautiful. When I got back that night, things were definitely progressing on the ship. A few days later, I rented a car and we drove up to Astoria and drove down the Oregon coastline to the Three Sisters. It was stunning. This place rocked. We would drive a little bit, stop for a bit, drive a little bit. Everywhere you went was just a beautiful place to stop and take a look. This trail that we stopped at along the way was beautifully maintained and very peaceful. It was well worth the stop. You know, a lot of people say I'm a fun guy. Here's another nice trail that led to a lighthouse. And yes, I did walk up. The upgrades were completed, we had a new paint job, and it was time to head out, but what a sail away. I must say Oregon did not disappoint. It is one beautiful place. If you get a chance, go visit. It's worth it. One last glimpse of the mountain as the sun started to set on a marvelous day. Then it was time for all of us to get back to work as we headed down to Long Beach.